Was it then maybe easier because you had to go through this kind of the same period? Yeah.
Much easier. This record came out a lot easier. I guess like once you give birth, the second child slips out of there a little easier. That was crass, but you know.
So
I don't have any kids, so I don't really know that for sure. But
aside from the music, you played Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
In Love Janis.
Yeah.
Do you know Janis Joplin well? Her life story?
I didn't until I was asked to do that part. In fact, I hadn't really listened to her at all either, and was getting compared to her all of the time. And then once I was asked to do the show, and studied her life and the music, I realized why I was getting compared. We were influenced by exactly the same people, and approaching it, you know, from this sort of southern, you know, influenced delivery and direction, but really resonating with those old gospel black R&B blues singers. So it was just two white girls from the South with a very similar influence and a similar interpretation. Then, you know, I read about Janis and her life, and when I had to learn all these songs, I remember To Love Somebody, the remake she did of that, hearing it on headphones when I was learning everything and just going, oh my God, how did she sing like that at 27 years old? It was just mind-blowing.
Did you learn something from her?
Yeah, I learned so much doing that show and listening to her. And especially the most important thing I learned is whatever stage inhibitions I had left had to go out the fucking window. You can't worry about looking cool or being cool or pleasing this, you know, person from maybe that could help you in the industry. You have to just do what feels real and sincere, and that's the only thing people are gonna believe. You know, and that I really learned that doing that show, because stepping into her shoes and wearing the costumes, I played a part of having no inhibitions on stage because she was known for that. By playing that part, I really found that place to go where it's like, fuck being self-conscious. I don't care what I'm looking like, as long as I'm putting my sincerity into the music and delivering it honestly, that's it.
So you took elements from her into you after playing?
Yeah, just elements of where she might have given herself some permission psychologically. Hey, maybe it was the drugs or booze that helped her get there, but she tapped into something when she was performing that I found by portraying her.
But following her, watching her, listening to her songs, did it also make you feel like you don't want to be here because her life ended?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I was, you know, newly sober when I played Janis Joplin, and I thought, wow, this is ironic. You know, I'm pretending to swig whiskey and you know, do drugs on stage, and you know, I don't mess with the drugs anymore, and what had happened would have happened if I had continued. Yeah, it was certainly just a further confirmation that, you know, you can't, fame and money weren't going to be the answer for my happiness at any point in my life. I had to find that happiness whether it comes or not, and center myself, and you know, and that became my big priority actually. I mean, I took some time off of playing music just to really go a little deeper into myself and get my head on straight, you know, because I didn't want to end up there, and it's very easy. It's a hard life, traveling and touring. You got to have some, you know, you got to be grounded a little bit and have some support.
Do you have that feeling of grounding now?
I do. I feel like I know who I am, you know, not fucking perfect, but I'm sure not where I was and could have been. And, you know, I think people like Janis gave us all that lesson. I mean, even when Amy Winehouse died, it was just, what a shame. And I thought, well, where were all those people around her? Just drag her, throw her in a rehab, even against her own will, whatever it takes. But yeah, you do, because it's so easy. You see it even with athletes, young athletes. I always think of these guys in the States. You know, we have our American football, and they used to wait and make them finish college. Now they just pluck them out of high school. And these guys go from sort of broken homes and maybe not a lot of support and no education whatsoever to becoming multimillionaires and superheroes. And that's hard for someone to really adjust to and stay grounded with, and you can really go a dark direction with that, you know?
But you're in the good direction now, so.
I feel like I'm in a good direction. I just feel like, you know, happiness comes here. It doesn't come anywhere outside. No one or anything can really make us happy or sad or angry. I love the Buddhist philosophy on that it's all in our mind and in our heart. We create that.
I think this is a really beautiful ending for the interview.
Thank you.